This is the video to go along with the dragon pattern.
Pour yourself a cup of coffee or something stronger. Put on your favorite music and let's get started.
After printing out the patterns, we're going to cut them out. Grab your fleece, your scissors, your pins, and let's cut out the fleece.
Cut out 2 layers at a time so you have what you need for each pattern piece. Here I cut out 4 pieces of fabric for 2 legs. Notch each pattern piece where it shows you. For each arm and leg, sew all the way around from notch to notch, keeping this open. Sew all along here on the wing, keeping this part open. For the head of the dragon, cut all the way around. Make sure you notch these parts. Notch here too. Sew around each earpiece. For the head, sew from here to here and this side to this notch.
When you've got all your pieces cut out, we're going to head to the sewing machine to sew them up.
Here, I'm sewing the head and leaving this bottom opening from notch to notch. Find the narrow part of the head and line it up with the front seam. Narrow part and the 2 notches go at the front. And the back of the head lines up with the single notch. Line up the top head with the side of the heads. We are going to ease the fabric in. Sometimes when you're sewing, one piece of fabric will be slightly bigger than the other, and you have to gently ease the fabric in so it lines up. Fleece is slightly stretchy, so this is a good practice fabric for easing fabric in. Sew in a circle from the back of the head all the way back up. Make small notches all the way around. Turn the head inside out. Sew the body along these seams, leaving the neck and the tail open. Turn inside out. You can already see it taking shape. Snip all the concave parts on the arms and legs. Turn right side out using forceps. You can also use your hands to inside it out. It's just a little bit trickier in the smaller sections. For the wings, snip off the excess fabric on the tip. Snip all along here and trim off the excess fabric on the second tip. Turn right side out. Poke the tip of the wing out using a point turner or a chopstick. You can also use a pin to get the excess fabric out. Do the same with the second tip. Give it a quick press, cotton side up, to get all the wrinkles out. Do the same for the other wing. Stuff all of the arms and legs. It's easiest to use forceps to do this. Stuff medium firm. Perfect squishiness. Stuff all the legs and arms. Time to add the buttons for what I like to call faux joints. Slip a button with a shank underneath the fabric, but above the stuffing. Slide a pin through so you know where the hole of the button is. Do the same for each arm and leg, making sure you have mirrored pieces of each other. Stuff the body, stuff the head, Mold and adjust your head and the stuffing inside the head to get the shape you need. Top it up if you need to. Time to add the body to the head, lining up the front seams. Pin in place. Do the same for the back seam. Connect the head to the body using a ladder stitch. Once you get the hang of it, ladder stitches are amazing. They're easy to use, and once you pull tight, the stitch practically disappears. Grabbing the arms and legs again, sew up each opening. Now it's time to attach them to the body. With one side of the arm, start by putting a knot in place where the pin was, through the buttonhole and through the fabric. Poke your needle all the way through to the other side where the other arm will be. Pull it out. Grab the other arm and slide your needle through the other buttonhole. Sew back through the body and outside the other arm. Sew back through the first arm and back through, following the stitches you just did. Repeat this several times for extra strength. It's pretty loose now, so tighten it up, pulling arms out and pulling your main thread continually out. Secure in place with a knot in the armpit. These arms are perfect for posing your doll. Do the same for the back legs. Get your earpieces, turn them inside out, and fold them down and inward about 1/2 inch. Sew them closed using a whip stitch. Place your ear where you would like it to be, or using the picture as a guide, and whip stitch the bottom. The ears are a bit flappy, so I like to tack them back, heading up the ear about 1/2 inch. Tack the other side in place too. Sew the other ear on. Time to sew the wings on. Folding the raw edges in 1/4 inch. Attach the wing using a whip stitch, sewing along the felt side. Flipping the wing over and sewing along the contrasting cotton fabric side. After cutting your felt pieces out, sandwich the tail between both pieces. Using a line stitch, sew both felt pieces to the tail, making sure to catch the back tail piece in the stitches as well. Line stitching is sewing up and down at regular intervals. Continue line stitching around all of the tail. Last but not least, we're sewing the eye pieces in place. Once the eyeball pieces are cut out, use sparkly thread to do 2 plus signs in the eyeball. This creates the sparkle in the eye. Once the white of the eye is cut out, use the picture as a guide and place the eye where you would like it. Use a whip stitch to stitch the eye in place. Once both whites of the eyes are stitched in place, it's time to do the nose and mouth. Here we'll put the nose and the mouth here. Make your first stitch through the eyeball and out to the first nostril. The eyeball will cover the knot later, so this is the perfect place to go in. Finish making the first nostril and head out the other side to make the other nostril straight across. Head up, down to where the lips will be. Use your needle to go inside and make sure the thread is loose. Keep going with the smile. Back through the middle to finish the smile. Squish all the way through and out where you started. Finish with a knot. And place the eyeball over the knots. Whip stitch in place. Do the same with the other eye.
And you're done. I've included the mini size in this pattern as well, so you can make a small one. Thanks for following along to another one of my patterns. I hope you enjoy it.